Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, I'd like to start off giving all honor and glory, infinite praise and worship to our power, YAHWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, HAQADASH. Them honors to our apostle, elders, and bishops of great millstone. We will teach you on sound doctrine and strong shalom, the hopeful elect, and the rest of the large multitude of men, women, and children. That the Lord will have mercy on these last days, man. It's your brother HAQADASH, representing Jim's branch in Cleveland, Lord willing, to bring out an edifying lesson. The spirit and power, YAHWAH. The title is Gold. Already just getting right into it. Inspiration. You know, I was actually meditating on this, and then the brothers from the GMS GA camp was going into a lesson, particularly, get the particular title, which also, I guess you could say, solidified me going into this topic, doing the lesson on this. Gold is tried in the fire. That's the title of the lesson. GMS Columbus GA. It's the channel. Subscribe and be edified, man. Beautiful lesson. Through the spirit and power, YAHWAH, man. You know, I watched it from start to finish, and just in a sense, line backing off the brother's lesson. And I just wanted to make a few points on gold. I've done a lesson on this years ago, but I just wanted to make a few points on gold. Now, when you're dealing with gold, all right, let's go here. Shalom, Akim, to everybody tuning in. Let's go here. All right, so it says, okay, there we go. It says, yes. All right, I said, can gold be tarnished? And matter of fact, before we get that, right, so we make a few points. Now, this is gold. This is gold. From the etymology line, it says, precious metal noted for its color, luster, malleability, and freedom. This is what I want to hint at or get at in this lesson. Freedom from rust or tarnish. Freedom from rust or tarnish. You see, and it says, where is it at? Bright, right? Is used as bright, to shine. All right. And then when you go down to fine, because I typed in fine gold, as you can see in the search bar, when you go to fine, right, it broke it up. It says unblemished, refined, pure, free from impurities. And that's what we want, because when you go on Google and you type in fine gold, they give you some bullshit, you know, and that's what Esau does. You know, it says true, genuine, faithful, constant, okay, rich, valuable. So fine gold is what we're being made. All right, this is what YAHWAH is actually having us partake in, is becoming fine gold. I got a few things. I said I typed in how many times is gold put in the fire to become. I can't. Let me see. Does it tell you all of it? To become pure. It says the process of purifying gold by fire is repeated until the gold is the desired purity. And this is what we're going through. You might ask the question, well, Lord, like often like the prophets, how long shall this endure? The prophets will ask, how long shall this endure, Lord? You see, this is going to endure or take place. This is going to take place as long as the Lord wanted to, for his desired taste, right? He's dipped us, or he's put us in the fire as many times as it took for his liking. And knows that fire is likened to these different captivities, the different trials and tribulations, like within that actual lifetime. Okay, like if you take this particular lifetime, this is the last lifetime which we have to experience being in that fire. Okay, and within this lifetime alone, it's been the hottest. It's been the hottest we've ever experienced. You know, and it talk about a time like never before. You know, so the Lord is required. We're getting close to the Lord's liking, to the desired purity of YAHWASHI, it says, which can be many times. You see? It says, and then it says the process involves melting, skimming, repeating, right? These are different techniques in which it take to get uh, the element to the liking of the one who's actually molding it, you know. And we understand that we are being dipped or put in the fire, we're being melted at high temperatures. The gold is heated to a high temperature, around 2,000 Fahrenheit, until it melts and becomes a liquid. That's what the Lord did. He melted us down. He's melting us down. Okay, and we became liquid, and then he freezes again. You know, he let us dry and cool. We'll become a solid again. He's molding us. He's shaping us. All right, to until his liking, and then he might have to dip us. And then he dip us again. Not might, but then he dip us again in that fire, and then we melt again. Because a lot of the impurities. Let's look up these. Let me see. Let me go back to this Atomic line. Let's go to matter of fact, it's already on here. So it says impurities. Where is it at? On fine. Let's look at the word impurity. Let's see what they give us. Impurity, the quality or condition of being impure. And it says the quality, it don't show up on you guys. I don't know if you guys can see it, but matter of fact, let me just type it in here for you. Impure, right? Impurity, thing which makes or is impure. Okay, uncleanliness. And that's what happened to Israel. We became unclean. You see, we became unclean, not pure, right? The scripture's talking about he that come to the Father must worship him in truth and in sincerity, right? Pure. You must be pure when you worship the Lord. And we know 2/3 of our nation is not pure. We know the nation is not pure for sure. And they took on the ways and the mind. We took on the ways and the mind of the nations, of the heathens, and that's how we became unclean. Because it just said, what was we at? What time was we at? It just said, damn, where's we at? It's cool. We're gonna go back to that. It says uncleanness. All right, that was one of the definition words. Now it says muddy, not clear. Right, confusion, unclean, filthy, foul. Right, we became unrecognizable until YAHWASHI. It says earthly. You see, and that's what the bodies we dwell in. You know, we dwell in the bodies. It said Yahawashi said he give us coats of skin, right? That was the result for us taking on another philosophy and doctrine. We became earthly, right? We were gods. We are gods, and we took on the ways of the nations which are carnal, earthly, right? He said, the Lord is spirit, right? And you are earthly. You know, you are earth or the earth. You know, you're low and the Lord is above. You know, and it says mundane, not spiritual. So when you're impure, you're not spiritual. You can't operate in the high frequency of the universe. You know, you're immoral. So all these different things is it says mixed with offensive matter, tainted. So these are different things in which happened to us as a nation, man. You know, we became this. We became this. So when you go back, you know, the Lord had to. So since this is the case, we became earthly. We fell from our heavenly estate, and we took on the coats of skin. Right? It says in Genesis 4. Genesis. Let's get that real quick. Lord say coats of skin. I don't know why it's going so slow. But this is what happened to us. It also talks about that in Lamentations 4. But let me I didn't mean Genesis 4. I meant Genesis 3. All right, all right, so this is Genesis 3 and jumping down to the point. It says Genesis 3 and 21, unto Adam also and to his wife did Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahushua thy power make coats of skin and clothe them. And that's how we became earthly, because when you go up in the chapter, we received another breath, all right, which is another doctrine that was not of Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahushua. You see, we received another breath that was not of Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahushua. Because I typed in, can gold become tarnished? And I brought this out many times. Now, only gold can't be tarnished. The only way it can be tarnished or become unhealthy or unclean or not, what it say? Tainted, not pure, filthy, foul, confused, right? Only way it can become this in a state like as such is if oxygen gets into it. You see? And that's that other breath. That's the philosophies. That's the doctrines that enter into the minds of the gods who govern the earth. And that's how we fell. It corrupted the body. It corrupted us, right? And it became a virus, and it grew and it spread. It said, yes, gold can tarnish over time, and that's what rust do. It spreads, and it's an exposure to oxygen. That's the only way gold can tarnish, right? When it says gold can tarnish when exposed to oxygen and sulfur, which can lead to corrosion, right? And this is what happened to Israel, as a people. We got to this state, just to prove that real quick on how we, it says, because the Lord compares to fine gold. This is Lamentations 4 and 1. It says, how is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? We just went into that word fine, went into that word gold, pure, holy, it says, how has the most holy thing on the earth, which was the Israelites, because we uphold the ways of Yahweh Shah, the ways of righteousness. How is this gold become dim? How did it get tainted? How did it fall? Like, how is this pot? What happened? It says the stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. The stones of the sanctuary are you Israelites, are you Israelites? Real quick, let's get that. Let me see if it come up. Oh shit. Bear with me. The Lord, he compare us to stones. 1 Peter 2 and 5. Yea, also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house and holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to the Most High by Yahweh Mashiach. So the Lord likened us unto stones, right, in different precious elements. So he said, like, the stones of the sanctuary, right? We make up the house of God, man. We are the building blocks. Yahweh is the foundation. The elect are the pillars, right? That's attached to the foundation. So he said, we're those stones, brick by brick. That's what we're building right now. The tabernacle of David, right? The elect, they make up the starting point to the build of the house of David, the house, the house and where the Lord dwells. It says the stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. So now it's become like the house got destroyed and stones got scattered everywhere. Talk about in Isaiah that our sons lie at every street, the head of every street. Roughly paraphrasing. Where is that? I forgot what that said. I ain't put out in years, but wild bulls in the net. We lie at the street corners and shit. You know how the hoods is and stuff. We're the stones got scattered everywhere because it all happened because of the philosophies and the doctrines that's entered into their minds, right? One more before I continue. They tell you that, and what's that? Is it Second Corinthians? Let me try 2 Corinthians 10. It might be 1 Corinthians or 2 Corinthians. bear with me, because it says wait 11. Yeah, 2 Corinthians 11. It was on 10, so like it. 2 Corinthians 11, and let's go straight to the point. It says 2 Corinthians 11:3, but I fear lest by any means as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your minds should be corrupted. That's that what tarnish. That's the tarnish, right? That's the corruptness, that's the tarnish, unclean, that's not pure, filthy, foul, right? It says corrupted from the simplicity that is Hamashiach YAHWASHI. And when you go into this word beguiled, you're gonna find out that it says, come on now. All right, there we go. Zapataho, to deceive, right? He beguiled to deceive. How? To seduce. That's how he beguiled her. He seduced her mind. He mind after, if so you can understand. He fed her a philosophy and a doctrine. Which from that point on, which a philosophy and a doctrine comes with a plan. Like Yahweh's philosophy is righteousness, right? In the ways of the law, statute, commandments, right? And it comes with a plan, which a plan is the blueprint into what he wants, what he conveys, what he stands by, and what he's pushing into the atmosphere, right? That's what a plan consists of, all the ideas and the thoughts of that individual. When you go to damn man, where's that? It talk about the wicked. It talk about the devices. Let me think. Hold on. It talk about the devices that it's in Second Esdras. If your brother know that's that that came into it. Hold on, let me think, man. Hold on, let me see. Talking about the peril. Let me see. Hold up. Let's go to Second Esdras 9. Just to show you that real quick, and then we get a couple more and we close out. I want to show this quick little minute video. We're gonna close out. The Second Esdras 9 and 20. It says, "So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril, dangers, because of the devices that were coming to it." Right, a device, right, is a plan, right? Device is an intent, a desire, an express intent or desire or plan or design, the blueprint. So because the blueprint, the wicked's blueprint was fed into Eve, she gave it to her husband Adam, and that allowed the dangers to enter into the world. Okay, as it just said in Second Esdras, right? The philosophy that, and that's that other breath that we took on, right? And you got to remember, the Lord warned us of this in Proverbs 23. The Lord warned us of this in Proverbs 23. It says in 6, it says, "Eat thou not the bread of him that have an evil eye." The bread is the information, right? You can eat with your mind, right? The Lord said, "I stand at the door and knock. If any man, Revelations 3, right? Let him in, he will sup with him, right? Neither desire thou his dainty meats, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, saith he to thee, but his heart is not with thee," right? So as you think in your mind, that's what you ultimately become. So that's what we were fed. We were fed corruption. We were fed another breath, which now that's what we push out. You see, it says, "The morsel which thou hast eaten shalt thou vomit up, and lose thy sweet words." And that's what and that's what we saw here in Lamentations 4, dealing with the gold. Shalom Zakwan, YAHWASHI Shebrekatah. It says Lamentations 4:1. How has the gold become dim? Because remember, we went into fine gold. Only way gold, I'm gonna go back to it. Only way gold can be dipped, tarnished, is by oxygen, and that's the philosophies and the doctrines that was entered into our minds that tarnished us as a nation. You see, how is the most fine gold, the pure gold on the earth, become dim? Remember, the stones are the Israelites, as we saw, as we brought out, of the sanctuary, and are poured out into the ivory top of the street, out in the top of every street. It says the precious sons of Zion, it breaks it down, comparable to fine gold, how they're esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hands of the potter. So, so just showing you that we're deemed as gold, and the different connections in between what the Lord is trying to do, not trying, but is doing with the nation of Israel, mainly the elect. All right, he's dipping them, he's purifying them, as we saw here. It says how many times? It says the process of purifying gold by fire is repeated until the gold is the desired purity, and that's what the Lord is doing. It said Second Ezra 9 that the dangers increased. The dangers came into the world because of the devices. So that allowed, and now how much more now? The darkness has reached a height. They talk about reaching into heaven in Revelation 18. So the Lord had to dip the elect. It's talking about, what's that? Wisdom Solomon 4, about the bewitching, the Lord taking Enoch, this is that's how dark this place is. So it required what though? It required us being what? Put in a fire over and over and over and over and over again until we were to the desired uh vibration that the Lord wanted us. And that's what you're getting ready to see now. That's what the world is witnessing. They're witnessing us in our final state. We're in that final part. The Lord is he's dipping us. He's about to dip us one last time, and that's Jacob's trouble. And he's about to turn the oven. He's about to turn the fire up at a higher level than we've ever experienced. All right, in all our reincarnations. But that's what's needed to get the last bit of impurities out of us. Because even Jake, in his truth, however many years you've been in it, you still got some type of nigga in you, man. You've been in the world longer than you have in the truth. Most of us, if not all of us, the apostles been in pushing it for 40, years or so. So they're a different case. But a lot of us been in this world longer than we've been in the truth, man. And that's why the Lord he got to dip us, man. He got to dip us one more time. So going back, and we'll get a couple more close out. Going back to where I was at in Proverbs 23. Oh, no. I don't want, I read that. The Lord warned us, right? He warned us. He's talking about that in Job, at the mouth, taste of meat. Damn, I go in Job, like 30, like 33, 34. The talking about the ears try of words as the mouth tastes of meat, So your mind can eat as well. The Lord told us in Isaiah chapter 30, it says, woe to the rebellious children, said the Most High, Yahweh, that take counsel. Counsel is advice. That's another breath. That's another, if you will, like into that oxygen that tarnished that gold. It says, woe to them, death and destruction. Death and destruction happens when you're corroded, when you're corrupt, when you're outside of anything that is pure, but not of me. And that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that may add sin to sin. So that counsel, let me see what they say for that word counsel. Because that word counsel is advice, like we said. It says, Asa, it says purpose, advice, counsel, implication, purpose, intent, right? Their mindset. That's the other breath, the other oxygen, if you will, that entered into us. And that's what tarnished us as a nation, man. So that's why we're in the state that we're in now, and we're in which is it all makes sense, and it's by design, you see. And this by this happening, it allowed us to actually become fine gold, man. And actually, I'm gonna get that probably to close out or so, because the scripture talk about us becoming more precious than fine gold. You see, so we're getting ready to experience a state in which we're going to be greater than the concept of fine gold. You see, this is Proverbs 18:20. It says, "A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and with the increase of his lips shall he be filled." Um, it says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof." So, yeah, man, just showing you that that breath is what allows. It said, like we brought in Proverbs, "As a man thinketh, so is he." That's what allows us to actually uphold the ways of Yahweh Shah. You see it as in the way we hold our countenance, all right, our speech. We have a king's language, right? We speak with a king's speech. We conduct ourselves with a kingly matter, right? We're operating on behalf of the king, you see. So everything we do, we let our light shine, you see. So the niggas around us, right? They are niggas, can glorify the Lord, which is in heaven, man, in some way, form, or shape, or form, man. Even the brothers, whoever you around, they see the display of the Lord upon you, man, when you're operating in the king's vibration. You see? Um, Khan posted Malachi 3:17, "And they shall be mine," to the Lord of hosts, in that day when I make up my jewels, and I will spare them as a man spareth his own son that serveth him right. You see? And that's what the Lord is doing with his jury. You know, once you get done, when you see people wearing the jewelry around their neck, it's past the process of the stage of the purification process. It's already been dipped and, you know, tried and beat upon and etched and all that. It's been shooken. Oh, matter of fact, let me show you this video real quick, and then we're gonna get these last couple precepts, and like a couple more, and then we close out, man. I ain't want this to be long. Let me the water's Quan. Because that's what happens once the jewels is done. Uh, once you finally see somebody wearing them, you know, it's past the being put in the fire and all that, and being beat upon and so forth, right? How you do this, man? All right, so let me go to this video. It's a quick little minute video. It's like a process. I want you to see. Let me see. There we go. It's not even a minute, I don't think. I don't know if you'll be able to hear. You can't hear it, but you see the word. You can't hear it. Right. So it's a process. once they put the gold, because it said it was mixed with black sand, and then they had to pour it all together. Right. Scripture talking about letting things like, you know, like one scripture I thought about was the wheat and the tares. You know, letting it grow together. You know, but just so you understand, the Lord said. I mean, not the Lord said, but the dude said in the video, the sand and the gold was together. If I gotta put it all in the same thing so that I don't lose none of the gold. So they put it all in the same thing, and uh, that's where the process comes into effect. That's going to actually separate it. You see, Lord said, "I will sift the house of Israel." It's a shaking going on, which we are a part of that shaking. We got to go through Jacob's trouble. We ain't just like the elect ain't just gonna just go past Jacob's trouble. They got to go through Jacob's trouble as well. You see, it says a shaking happened. I wish I could go back on this. I don't know. Oh, there you go. All right, there we go. Right, right. It said the bucket will contain gold as well as black sand. They had to go together. It says to separate the gold from the black sand, and mixture is poured into a shaker's table. Right? That's shaking. That's that trouble, that turbulence that we about to get ready to go through or going through daily within our personal lives. You got different turbulences. Tongue twister. From losing your job, losing your car, losing your woman, losing whatever. Right? The different things we may lack and different things we lose. That's a part of those turbulences. Right? But we're reaching a state where, like the elder posted, Malachi 3:17 about the jewels of the Lord. We're approaching where the Lord is getting ready to wear us. He's about to get ready to sport us. Like he's about to show us off, man. And that's what you do with your jewelry. It's shiny as hell. The most shiniest jewelry get the most attention. And then the richest ones have the most shiniest jewelry on. YAHWASHI is the richest king. And he's going to have the most expensive jewelry on. That's the elect. That's Israel. Right? But it has to go through that last purification process. So this is fair use, fair use. So yeah, man, that's pretty much it on that. And then I'm gonna get this in Proverbs, since we're in Proverbs 25 and 12. The Lord prepared us for these things. Romans 15:4, the things written aforetime, read for our learning, that we, the patience of the scriptures, might have hope. This is Proverbs 25 and 12. It says, as an earring of gold and an ornament of fine gold, so is a wise reprover upon an obedient ear. You see? So, like, I'm gonna read again. As an earring of gold and an ornament of fine gold, so is a wise reprover upon an obedient ear. Right. So just like um, you know, it's comparing the two, just like um damn, I lost my train of thought. Let me read it again. Salaki. Proverbs 25:12. It says, as an earring of gold and an ornament of fine gold, so is a wise reprover upon an obedient ear. That's the obedient ear is the elect. You see? The obedient ear is the elect. You see? And they got to go through that process, right? Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation. That's a part of that fire. You see? That's a part of that fire, right? It go hand in hand. The wise reprover is YAHWASHI, right? We speak on his behalf, his words, and it's allowed a shaking to happen amongst us right now on lower levels within our own personal lives, and it's going to extend to a greater level. Matter of fact, you go to Job 23 and 10. It says, but he knoweth the way that I take. When he have tried me, I shall come forth as gold. See, the Lord know our way. He know which way we take. So when he tries us, we're gonna what? The outcome is to come forth as gold, to come out shining, to come out pure, to come without impurities, to come whole, right? Unblemished. That's one of the words it said. Impure, it says blemish, with blemishes. When you're pure, you have you have unblemishes. You don't have blemishes, right? It said that when we went into the word gold, fine gold. And matter of fact, when you go back to fine gold, it says unblemished, pure, free of impurities, of high quality or choice, perfected, of highest quality. And that's what we're getting ready to see. We're getting ready to see a perfected state of the elect, a perfected state of the gods who govern the universe, all right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, YAHWASHI, man. You know, that's what you're getting ready to see. An express vibration of gold, man. Going back to that Malachi 3 real quick, when you jump up to verse 3, it says, and he shall sit as a refiner and a purifier of silver. It says, and he shall purify the sons of Levi and purge them as gold and silver, that they may offer unto the Lord an offering in righteousness. And this is what you see. This is what you see, man. The priests, Levi were the priests, and this is what you see. You're seeing the sons of God, right? The elect becoming kings and priests. All right, each tribe, right? The prophets out there are being purged as gold and silver, that they may offer unto the Lord an offering in righteousness. Right? The title of this, it says the purifier. Right? When you go to Wisdom of Solomon 3, of course, right? You got to get that. It says, but the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken from misery. And they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace, because it's going to come a time they're going to put their hands on us. But we're going to be in peace and a peace of mind, because the Spirit is going to be with us, Lord willing. Right? Gold understands its purpose, just as a sheep understands its purpose. A sheep understands it's a sacrificial animal. It doesn't scream out when it's about to get sacrifices, unlike a goat. Right? A lamb understands its purpose. Right? As do gold. The elect in that time when they're persecuted, they're not going to buck up and do these different things, because that's not YAHWASHI. YAHWASHI didn't do that. He said, hold thy peace, I shall fight for thee. Exodus 14:14. So the elect understand they're likened unto sheep, and they're likened unto fine gold. So these two elements both know and understand their purpose, and their purpose is to be offered up. The purpose is to be put in the fire at the max degree, because they can actually go through it and withstand it. They're made to go through that and to come out as the example of what it means to go through the hottest part of the fire, and the fire not destroy you, but actually makes you stronger and makes you perfect. YAHWASHI was an example of that. It says the people don't not gonna understand this. That's why it says, and they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they're in peace. They're not gonna get it. They're not gonna understand it. Well, why you? What's going on? Yeah, they're not gonna get it. Right? Verse 4. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality, perfection, righteousness. And having been a little chastised, this is the gold, right? That turbulence, the shaking from the black sand, the shaking. I saw a video years ago when these guys were doing some mining, with some gold mining. It was a slab that they broke off in the mountain, and it had silver, it had other elements on it. I believe it was, I forgot exactly what elements it has. The long part is that they had to actually then break the element, separate the gold from those elements, and then take the gold and go to the process. Right? Shit, even before the process of actually finding the gold, it's a process called it's a process before that. They gotta find a certain lands to actually go mining. You see, to do gold mining. Right? Wisdom saw us, you know. It tried us, and see if it could dwell in us. You had people that came in, right, likened into the earth, that they was explored, and then wisdom saw that it couldn't sit with and dwell with those individuals, and then it went to the next man, and those individuals got weeded out. Those are those land masses. Like, damn, this is actually a bad spot to mine for gold. You see that wisdom. It says, and having been a little chastised, they should be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them. See, that's what gold is. Gold is proved, right? And found them worthy for himself. That's the jewels wearing on his neck. As gold in the furnace hath he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. You see, and that's what Sirach 2, right? It mentions the same thing, man. The Lord has, as gold in the furnace, hath he tried them and received them as the burnt offering. And this is what's required to get to the next stage, bros and sisters. Let's get two more. Isaiah 13, of course. Isaiah 13 and going straight to the point. Isaiah 13 and 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. right? We went into that word refined gold. We went into these things. It says, I will make a man more precious than this. That's the elect man. The only way for this to happen is going through the turbulence, going through the storm. In order to get there, we got to go through it. In order to get to the promise, we got to go through it. You can read that in 2nd Ezra 7. How can we obtain these things if we don't go through them? As it talks about, roughly paraphrasing. In order to get the promises, we got to go through the troubles, all right, that's linked to the result, which is the result is the promises, right? And we close with this, Matthew 24, 13. It says, but he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. The ones that endure to the end are magnified. That's the wearing of the jury onto YAHWASHI, man. When they see YAHWASHI, they're gonna see the elect. They're gonna see when the elect YAHWASHI wearing the elect, so you can understand. You know, that's mighty. You know, when they see YAHWASHI, they're gonna see his men. You know, that's the jury. That's they're gonna shine, and they're gonna be the most shiniest jury, all right, ever to exist, right? You know, so Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Well, it went a little longer than I expected, but that's all right. I like to give all honor and glory and praise and worship to Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Double honor to our apostle, elders, and bishops, great millstone, priest citation. So hopefully that may the water for the precept, Jaquan, and Shalom, bros. Shalom. Lord willing was edifying. Shalom.